All right, guys. So, this is crazy. Trump will not shut the fuck up about his ballroom. The ballroom that we've called the Jeffrey Epstein Memorial Ballroom or the Billionaire Ballroom. He says, this beautiful building will be, when complete, the much anticipated White House Ballroom, the greatest of its kind ever built. It is a rendering from the Treasury Building directly across the street and replaces the very small, dilapidated, and rebuilt many times East Wing with a magnificent new East Wing, consisting of glorious ballroom that has been asked for by presidents for over 150 years. Being an identical height and scale, it is totally in keeping with our historic White House. This is the first rendering shown to the public. If you notice, the north wall is a replica of the north facade of the White House, shown at the right-hand side of the picture. This space will serve our country well for hopefully centuries in the future. President Donald J. Trump. You know, what's so interesting about this is the polling has proven that the exact moment where Trump really fell off a cliff in terms of his approval rating was actually around this shit. Actually around the first time he could not shut the fuck up about his ballroom. Because people were looking around and they were going, hold on. Inflation's out of control. Unemployment's out of control. I can't pay my bills. You know, when I go buy groceries, it's fucking way more expensive than it was just 3 years ago, right? They're looking around. They know the country's falling apart. They know things aren't going well. They see, 18 million people are losing their Medicaid. Health insurance premiums are going to double, triple, quadruple, in some cases more. Like the very basic things that need to be taken care of are not being taken care of. And Trump's doing all this warmongering all over the place. So funny enough, the straw that broke the camel's back was this, where everybody's struggling, people can't pay the bills, and here he is going, we got this amazing ballroom that I want to show you. Look at the marble that I used in the Lincoln bathroom. Remember that? He was posting, look at the Lincoln bathroom, which I just remodeled, and I know it looks incredible. Look at the marble. Look at the gold, because all I use is gold. So people are looking at him. It's unserious. It shows what he really thinks about, what really occupies his mind. And the funny thing is, this is what Stephen Miller wants him to do, right? This is what Russ Vought wants him to do. This is what Marco Rubio wants him to do, because they are the shadow presidents who are actually making the decisions for domestic policy, for economic policy, for immigration policy, for foreign policy, and Trump is delegating to them. Stephen Miller's the one who has planned out this Gestapo surge across the country where innocent Americans are getting shot in the face and murdered. He's planned that out. Now, Trump's fine with it, but he delegated to Stephen Miller over this, right? And so this is the thing that really made Americans wake up and go, well, what the fuck? This guy doesn't care about us. He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care. Now, by the way, what else is he working on? Well, he threw his name on the Kennedy Center, which just so, to say it's obnoxious is disrespectful to the word obnoxious, because this is like obnoxious injected with human growth hormone and steroids. This is like the nerve of this man. I'm going to throw my name on the fucking Kennedy Center. Well, guess what? Trump says, after a one-year review, the Trump Kennedy Center that has taken place with contractors, musical experts, art institutions, and other advisors and consultants, deciding between either construction with closure and reopening or partial construction while continuing entertainment operations through a much longer period of time, working in and around the performances, I have determined that the Trump Kennedy Center, if temporarily closed for construction, revitalization, and complete rebuilding, can be, without question, the finest performing arts facility of its kind anywhere in the world. In other words, if we don't close, the quality of construction will not be nearly as good, and the time to completion, because of interruptions with audiences from many events using the facility, will be much longer. The temporary closure will produce a much faster and higher quality result. Based on the findings and totally subject to the board approval, I have determined that the fastest way to bring the Trump Kennedy Center to the highest level of success, beauty, and grandeur is to cease entertainment operations for approximately a 2-year period of time with a scheduled grand opening that will rival and surpass anything that has taken place with respect to such a facility before. So we're going to shut down the Trump Kennedy Center for 2 years, but we're only doing it because we're going to fix everything. We're going to rehabilitate everything. We're going to revitalize it. We're going to make it so it's all sparkly and shiny and brand new. That's what we're going to do. Well, you're not going to be surprised to learn this is a lie. The reason he feels like he has to shut it down is because virtually everybody who's worth a shit as an artist is going, I'm not going to fucking perform at this place. This asshole slapped his name on the Trump Kennedy Center, and I'm supposed to go perform there. I don't want my name associated with this fascist dictator who's taking over the country at a rapid clip and like destroying everything good about America. I'm not going to do that. So you had all these artists pull out. And so Trump, now to save face, is going, we're going to shut it down, but only because we're really going to improve everything and we're going to build some new stuff and it's going to look tremendous. It's going to look amazing. Total lie. So this is what we have, right? When he first put his name on it, he goes, now it's the hottest ticket in town, everybody says. They say the Trump Kennedy Center is going to be so hot. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be the #1 place to go for the arts. Everybody loves it. Everybody's talking about it. Now he goes, I got to shut it down because the reality is nobody wants to fucking go. Nobody wants to perform. He fucking destroys every single thing he touches, y'all. And this is the same guy. The Republicans want to put his name on airports. They want to put it on bridges. They want to name roads after him. They want to put his fucking face on currency, bro. The way this stuff normally works is you need a long period of time for people to really soak in your legacy before people agree to say, let's put you on, a currency or put your name on important things that stand forever, right? But he is forcing his name on in the middle of his second term, where he's literally destroying the Constitution on a daily basis, launching stupid fucking wars, destroying the economy. Like, this is crazy. It is fucking crazy. So, this is what this guy's up to, man. He's thinking about remodeling the Lincoln bathroom. He turned the fucking Rose Garden into a shitty Ramada Inn patio. He's throwing his name on the Trump Kennedy Center, and every single fucking artist worth a shit in the world is now pulling out of performing at the Kennedy Center. He's talking about the ballroom. By the way, I haven't even mentioned, the ballroom itself is wildly illegal. The Trump Kennedy Center thing was wildly illegal. He just does shit and worries about the legality of it later, right? And like the ballroom, he goes, oh, it's okay, we're not gonna use any public money for it. Okay, but then you're gonna raise all the money from billionaires? Which means now it's pay-to-play corruption, and now they did a favor for you. You're going to do favors for them, which means you're not going to represent the American people. You have even people like Jamie Dimon looked at this ballroom thing, and they said, I can't donate any money because I think these guys might actually get fucking prosecuted for donating to this thing. There were no permits. There was no approval process. Congress wasn't involved. They said in court, Dwight Eisenhower built a swimming pool and didn't get congressional approval, so we're allowed to do this. And the judge literally laughed at them and said, are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's the comparison? A swimming pool versus a fucking $400 million ballroom? A fucking $40,000 project versus a $300 or $400 million project? You have the nerve to say that in court? So this thing's going to get jammed up 17 ways to Sunday. But it's fucking enough already, bro. This is what this guy cares about. This is what he thinks about. He doesn't actually give a fuck about it. That's why, what does he do? He lies. He goes around and says, I stopped 8 wars. I got $18 trillion invested. No, he didn't. He knows he didn't. He's lying. Because he knows the media's shit and they won't fucking hold him accountable. The Democrats will let it slide because they let fucking everything slide. So he just goes out there. The world is his oyster. Everything's a blank canvas. He'll make it up as he goes, repeat it 1,000 times, make his idiot followers believe it because they drunk the Kool-Aid. And then now, it's, we're going to build the ballroom and we're going to put my name on the Trump Kennedy Center and destroying every fucking thing he touches. Everything he touches. But he will not shut the fuck up about the ballroom. And like I said, funny enough, this was the thing that made people go, okay, you know what? I've had enough of this guy. It's because people see, oh, I'm struggling, and this is what he's talking about. It just shows. It's just such a clear, stark example that he never actually gave a shit about any of us, right? I'm going to fix the Ukraine war on day one. Fucking, of course, didn't fix it. I'm going to lower prices on day one. Prices have gone up. People are now getting it. They were conned, but now they're getting it. And he's at 36% approval rating, and he's only going to go lower.
Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.